Okay. Worked last week. Let's see if it works this week. All right, what's going on, everybody? I am Double D, and welcome back from the 2-week break. We are now racing at Talladega. And hopefully, and I certainly hope, the race is a lot better than 2 weeks ago at Bristol. And I expect it to be since it's a restrictor plate track, right? We'll just have to see. I'm excited for this race. There's a lot of drama, a lot of action, a lot of 3 and 4 wide racing, and you got to make sure you avoid the big wreck there anytime during a race, either if it's beginning, middle, or even a final lap. It's all about survival when you're racing at Talladega. Don't want to lose a draft. You don't want to have any speeding penalties where you can lose the pack. You want to make sure you're there at the end to win. So we're going to see what all these drivers can do. So I'm going to put down my prediction in the chat. All right, so I believe Ryan Blaney's going to win this race. He's won here multiple times before, and he's usually there at the end whenever it's a restrictor plate track. He almost won Atlanta, and he did get involved in an accident at Daytona, but managed to get up back in the top 10. In previous races in the past, he's won, so I'm sticking with Blaney whenever it's a restrictor plate track. Let's go through the starting grid now. So we got Zane Smith getting his first career pole with Front Row Motorsports in at 38. They always seem fast here. He's starting from pole. Then you got Kyle Busch in second. Came so close the last 2 restrictor plate races. Can he get his first win since Gateway of 2023? We'll just have to see. And then we got Joey Logano and Ryan Preece third and fourth. Logano won back here in 2018. Got Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher. Don't be surprised if Austin Dillon gets a surprise win. You got Austin Cindric, Josh Berry. My prediction, Ryan Blaney, 9th. Ty Gibbs in 10th. Mostly Fords throughout the top 10. Fords are pretty fast, but they always seem to mess it up at the end. And you got 11th Christopher Bell, 12th Cole Custer, 13th Denny Hamlin. He knows how to get around here and play it safe. You got 14th Michael McDowell, 15th Todd Gilliland in the 34, 16th William Byron, 17th Chase Briscoe, 18th Alex Bowman, 19th AJ Allmendinger, and 20th Bubba Wallace. And in 21st, Ty Dillon, 22nd, Brad Keselowski is one of the favorites. He has multiple wins here at Talladega, so don't be surprised if he's fast today. You got 23rd, Riley Ertz, 24th, Daniel Suarez, 25th, Kyle Larson. Seems to have bad luck at restrictor plate tracks, but he tries to make his way through the field, either or. Got Tyler Reddick, Noah Gragson, 26th and 27th. Carson Hocevar in 28th. He's been seeming flashy this year. You got 29th, John Nemechek. Chase Elliott with a bad qualifying in 30th. It just seems like Chase Elliott is the slowest out of Hendrick drivers. 31st, Anthony Alfredo. 32nd, Ross Chastain. Chastain's won here in 22. Then 33rd, we got Cody Ware. 34th, Eric Jones. 35th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 36th, Shane Van Gisbergen. 37th, Justin Haley. 38th, BJ McLeod. And then in last place, and 39th, JJ Yaley. Excited. It's going to be good.
Thanks, Jamie. 39 cars will start today's race. The rest of the field of our scoring pylon.
All right, they're doing pace laps right now. And I've already went through the grid, but so here's what to look for. If we get a lot of cautions, you're going to see people. You're going to pretty much see chaos all day. But if there's not really as much cautions, you're going to see some strategies. The manufacturers pit at the same time. So you could be having that. I just hope we don't get any choo-choo train stuff like we have in the past.
Now let's compare that to Daytona a couple months ago. 28 feet wide. 3 wide is a little tighter. You've got 31 degrees of banking, and the radius of the turns at Daytona, 990 feet. I want to show you one other major difference in the turns between Daytona and Talladega. The height from the base of the wall to the bottom of the track, Talladega, 26 feet. Over 6 Toyota cameras stacked on top of each other. Daytona, not as tall, 20 feet, a little over 5 Toyota stacked on top. Guys, this is one reason teams can be more aggressive with their setup in Talladega for speed and not worry about handling like you do in Daytona.
Yeah, and with that,
What's up, Dawson?
This track is the arc of the corner is just more spread out. You've got more.
I'm just hoping this race is better than Bristol because I got PTSD from Larson leading almost every lap. That definitely won't happen at Talladega today, I'm sure. But it looks like the pace car lights are off, so we're going to be racing soon. Yeah, I did.
In this infield of Talladega and outside the track, and if you'd like a chance to win a VIP track experience and a new truck and camper, enter the Ally Racing.
Yeah, so you got Zane Smith, Kyle Busch side by side.
Scan the QR code on your screen.
RCR has been looking good at the play tracks, so we'll see if he can make some noise today to possibly break his losing streak. I mentioned JJ Yeley starting last. It's a nice day at Talladega, 81 degrees, partly cloudy, no rain is expected. It's a huge crowd at Talladega. Pace car's about to pull off. Remember, the start-finish line is not in the center. It is at the end of the tri-oval. 39 drivers, only one winner at Talladega. Who's going to survive? And who's going to get caught up in the big wreck? Here we come. Green flags in the air at Talladega.
These guys have not had one lap of practice. Be mindful of that. First time they heard their spotters in their ear is right now.
Well, they have a lot of responsibility right now.
Yeah, because of rain, we haven't really had any practice for Talladega. So Zane Smith has already picked up Joey Logano on the outside. Like I mentioned before the race, manufacturers will work together, and the Penske's are really strong here. Busch has already dropped back to third, and Zane Smith is leading. They're coming out of turn 4 and onto the tri-oval. Josh Berry has climbed up to the top, and Zane Smith is going to lead a lap. And Logano making an aggressive move early to the outside. He wants to lead with his Team Penske affiliate Josh Berry at the top. And he's going to make that move on the outside. So they're 3 wide for the lead. Logano on the top, Zane Smith in the middle, and Austin Dillon on the bottom. Aggressive move by Joey Logano. You don't usually make those moves early, but he just did. He wants to lead, and he wants to make a statement for the entire field that he's the car to beat. Cole Custer's in the top 10 right now in that Andy's Frozen Custard paint scheme. I have his Xfinity Stewart Haas scheme from last year. It's a pretty cool paint scheme. But the entire field is 3x3, and some of them are even 4 wide. And it looks like Denny Hamlin in a progressive Toyota on the top is trying to make some moves. Usually he's patient one to stay in the back, but not this race. Yeah, I did. All that for Austin Hill to win. That was just really disappointing. I was really rooting for Jeb Burton or Jesse Love. Or even Connor Sillage. Yeah, there's Austin Dillon on the bottom with Austin Cindric. And now they're going to be 4 wide for the lead. So it looks like Dillon's going to lead that lap. So this is looking just like the beginning of the fall race. Everybody's 4 wide. Logano trying to block 4 lanes. You may be able to block 2 or 3, but you definitely cannot block 4. Someone makes a mistake right now, the whole field's going to be taken out early. Look at that. 4 wide for the lead, and it's only lap 4. There's Michael McDowell, who's won a Daytona 500 in 21, trying to battle for the lead. Josh Berry's going to lead that lap. Yeah, I got McDowell and Logano side by side for the lead. I'm shocked that Logano got away from not Harrison Burton. I'm not stuck in 2024. That's Josh Berry. I thought he was going to stick with him, but apparently he's sticking with Zane Smith. But it seems like the outside line is losing momentum, so he might have made the right choice. But still 4 wide for most of the pack.
Every chance you get, this is the biggest one right here. Know when to and not to, where to and where not to.
So Logano's in the lead.
The big one can be right over there in turn 3 at the end of the back straight. I disagree. I think the big one that's one place. It can be anywhere.
Yeah, well, that bump that Larry is talking about is the crossover tunnel. There's one underneath the racetrack, and they drive.
Yeah, a lot of 3 and 4 wide racing so far. And Logano got shuffled out. And Zane Smith is on the bottom. Interesting right there. Logano's falling to the middle of the pack where you don't want to be. A lot to keep up with. It's only lap 7. Hey, the first 7 laps is already a lot better than the entire race 2 weeks ago. That's how crazy NASCAR can be.
Was trying to be in heavy conservation mode with fuel, and once he missed that block and they were able to shuffle him out, the guys that want to move forward and get that track position now have put him in a bad spot.
Logano got an aggressive push by Austin Dillon. You got to be careful how you push cars here, because if you push car the wrong way, that can cause a big wreck. And look at that. Remember I was talking about Brad Keselowski being one of the favorites? He is already in the top 5.
And here comes Josh Berry around the outside at 195 miles per hour looking for the lead.
I wish I could tell anybody how hard it is. Well, I'm going to tell you. It is very difficult to...
Yeah, there's Logano trying to squeeze. Going to pick up Kyle Busch as a drafting partner, passing his former teammate, Brad Keselowski, who's on the outside middle of him.
So there's a lot to navigate, no matter if you're full speed.
They're still 4 wide.
Whatever that is, it's a lot to navigate.
I'm actually surprised at how aggressive these drivers are being this early. Remember, you got to make it to the end.
when I spoke to the team earlier today, they talked about everything they learned last season. Remember, different organizations, but one goals for the races. He said he learned a ton about controlling these races and what it takes to be out front. The portion what he needs when he's controlling the race. So they want to get to the front as quick as possible. Control these races. Clinton, Kevin, I know you can talk about just the challenge of being able to do that when they're in conservation mode as well.
4 wide at Talladega into the trial.
Yeah, only Jane Smith, or no, excuse me, Michael McDowell that's in the lead. Everybody else is 4 wide. And of course, Fox is not going to show side by side a whole race. They're just going to show. Oh, never mind. They're showing side by side. Fox doing something right for once.
We can take or leave the extravagance. The attention. The celebrity.
All right. Everybody in the chat, how are you doing today? How do you think this race is going to go? I predicted Ryan Blaney's going to win. He's in the middle of the pack right now. Still a long race to go. But yeah, they're still 4 wide as we're speaking. I don't know. Them racing this wide just has me nervous that a wreck's going to happen. If you remember back in 2003, which I wasn't even alive then, I wasn't even born. But back in 2003, I think it was like the 4th or 5th lap. They had like 27 cars involved in a wreck, and only less than 20 of them finished the race. So, definitely don't want to be in a wreck early. Can't win it right now, but you sure lose it.
Well, Sean was going in circles.
Different circles, Ross. Okay. And for the mountains.
I'm just happy NASCAR is back because we didn't have it last week during Easter, which I hope you guys had a good Easter. But I always get bored when there's no racing. Yeah, pretty much. It's just hard for anyone to get past anyone because they're all stuck in line. So pretty much you're seeing the same leaders like Zane Smith, Barry, and Logano.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right? Because of dirt bikes.
Gas stations.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. Want me to do yours
I
next?
wonder how many laps are in a stage.
They have to fill the silence.
Because we're definitely going to see green flag pit stops. You'd think.
Protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect your home auto when you bundle with us.
That's hot rodder.
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Progressive. Progressive protects your home auto.
Okay, now it looks like somebody has the advantage finally. Josh Berry on that top line, the very top line, is in the lead. And now it looks like he's lost some help, and he's going to lose the lead to Ryan Preece into 60. Remember, he had those terrible accidents at Daytona. And he's hoping that he has better luck today. Yeah, honestly, I just be running in the back right now. This is kind of chaotic.
Man, the hard part of the front when you're trying to control the race like that, you think that you can back off, and all of a sudden you back off a little bit too much, and the guy in one row below you, beside you, it gives them a gap for that second place car in that row to shoot down, and all of a sudden they leapfrog you, and then you get shuffled back like we're going to do again right here.
Ryan Preece and Josh Berry bring them to the line in a fair.
And don't forget, Josh Berry has a win this year. He won at Las Vegas a few weeks ago. Now he's trying to go for his second win this season. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing another Josh Berry win.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see that fastest lap really rotate.
But it's impressive that all these drivers who did not have practice this week is driving 3 and 4 wide and have yet to have an accident. Shows you how much skill it takes to drive these cars. And the patience to not make any mistakes. I think right now Chastain is running more towards the back. I don't see him anywhere in the top 20.
That's the really difficult part about super speedway racing in today's day and age. And as the race progresses, there's people watching and really trying to make sure that and relay as much information to the driver as possible about where they want to be, trying to execute the plan that they made all week, and how this race evolves and gets shuffled up. It constantly changes, so the team will change, the drivers will change.
Let me see, is that Andy's frozen custard on Lionel? I don't think so. I'll look that up real quick. Yeah, pretty much the same leaders are battling each other.
Well, the spotters are definitely your eyes and ears for everything that you do on a race like this. The super speedway races, the spotter is talking most of the lap. There's very rarely, there's never a time when
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of different names now
the spotters are seeing
go up to the front.
from our camera. So this car
Chris Buescher has made his way to the top 5. No, he does not have an Andy's frozen custard paint scheme. That's disappointing. Well, if he wins, we will get that diecast. John Hunter Nemechek. Right now, he's 28. I just saw it on my screen. So he's more towards the back as well. John Hunter Nemechek's been okay this year. I think he's overperforming, obviously, from last year, his rookie year. But this year, he seems like he's taken legacy to a different level. And he's already scored a few top 10s for them. But could this be the day he finally gets Richard Petty and Jimmy Johnson into playoffs? Yeah, so far nobody is 1 lap down. Everybody is the entire field is a second and a half together. That Dale Jr. commercial with Amazon is funny. Yeah, Michael McDowell is leading the moment. Spire has seen pretty strong in the restrictor plate races as well. And pretty much throughout the season, they've had their races. I think Hocevar could have been contention for a win last week, but his pit crew had problems.
Save 35% and shop all your brands.
Excuse me.
Already done. At prices you love, delivered fast. For low prices, for life and pets, there's Chewy.
Yeah, so far it's still Priest and McDowell battling side by side. I mean, if you watched the Xfinity race yesterday, it was not as chaotic as this start. And they actually had less wrecks than usual. Heck, even Catherine Legg was having a good race until she got involved in that accident late. And if anyone saw the ARCA race, Cletus McFarland scored a top 10. Congrats to him. And I think her name's Isabella Robusto. Got her a top 3 and the first female to do it at a restrictor plate track. So history was even made in the ARCA series. And now, the Cup Series is racing today. We're on lap 21 with 40 laps to go in stage 1. They are still 3 and 4 wide. And it looks like Kyle Busch is going to try to challenge for the lead. It hasn't been that long ago since Kyle Busch has won here, though. He's won here in 2023. That same season that he got his last win so far.
Especially if you're in that swarm around 14th position.
Well, Austin Dillon has swarmed his way into 8 in that melee. It is number 3, Richard Childress Chevrolet.
Yeah, now it seems like the inside line doesn't have much momentum. The momentum's shifting quite a bit.
Talladega, we know how this can go. Stages are 60, 120, 88. We'll have to stop for fuel in every single one of them. Primer, pit road. Right around 4 seconds each time. Yeah, it's Austin's birthday too, so let's put our best foot forward like we do.
Yeah, it is Austin Dillon's birthday today, I just heard.
Try and position ourselves at the end of this.
Happy birthday to Richard Childress' grandson. Dillon knows how to win at restrictor plate tracks. He's won at Daytona twice. One of those being the 500. And there's Ricky Stenhouse. All of his wins have been at restrictor plate tracks. He has not won at anywhere else. So I'm not surprised he's running good right now as well. And there's Kyle Busch in the middle. He's going to lead that lap on lap 23. But also, you being in the front, you're not saving as much fuel. Which I think will have enough to make it to the end. Or he may not. I'm not sure.
Well, Jamie, he just ran the fastest lap of the race, 190.7 miles per hour.
Yes, he did. I've been listening to him as well. To your point, Clint. Turned him on here. He started 19th and he dropped to the rear. He came on the radio early and said, did I miss the memo that we're going to go crazy here early, 4 wide? So he dropped out of it, dropped to the rear, just turned that fastest lap. But he did say, nothing's wrong. The car is good. I'm just going to hang here for a bit.
So we had one back and then rolled. The team's going to suck up lap to get to the
So fun fact about Talladega, one of the biggest tracks, or the biggest track on the NASCAR schedule. 2.66 miles, but extremely fast. BJ McLeod is running in the back so far. Honestly, the smartest thing, because if you get a wreck right now, that's your race done.
Kyle Busch has raced his way to the front. You know, last year was the first year in a decade and a half that he did not win a NASCAR Cup race. Boy, he came close a couple of times. Started this race from the outside of the front row. That's where he is right now, alongside Pulitzer, Zane Smith. Here you go.
Well, Mike, you see Kyle retaking the lead right there as we cross the start-finish line. Something interesting, though, he fell back to about 11th place a few laps ago and was able to give his team some detailed information on the car. Told that it's very loose when I got
Right now, Busch is still in the lead.
Newer tires, as the air pressure has come up, it has gotten its way back to the front. I know there's a lot of agendas right now, but that's valuable information as we get later on into this race. For the
You have Chase Briscoe being pushed by Christopher Bell on the outside. Bell driving the Sports Clips Toyota at the top. Usually, Hamlin's driving Sports Clips, but Bell's driving it in this race.
Areas, but a lot of times on low air, these cars will actually hit the ground and start moving out around the corner off those stops.
25 laps complete of 60 in stage 1 of 3 stages at Talladega. Chase Briscoe charges to the lead.
Yeah, first time today, Chase Briscoe's in the lead.
Maybe hits 88 miles per hour.
Chase Briscoe's had a rough start this year. Everybody was expecting him to take off and go Gibbs Racing. But it seems like he's been doing the same as Martin Truex Jr. the year before.
Close to defeat. I'm gonna set my feet. The Shakaroni's back to Papa John's with more pepperoni than over half a pound of cheese.
So many orders, been staff up.
I am here to work people. Where's the garlic sauce? Is he always here? He's everywhere. We're making
Okay, now it seems like for the first time today, some of the lines getting single file. It looks like mostly Toyotas at the top. So Toyotas are working together.
Same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of
Looks like the top 6 are Toyotas.
When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect. I love you. More reasons to share. And when you spend less with Straight Talk,
Excuse me.
you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery or ready for pickup in 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects is around the block. What you need in stock. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You know what's crazy? We're eating breakfast and
All right, it seems like Toyotas have now taken control of the race. They're single file behind the rest of the pack, and it seems like the pack has finally calmed down. I wonder if that's a sign we're going to see pit stops soon. Or they just didn't want to be aggressive.
29 laps complete with Jack Hawks for the Talladega Superspeedway. As you saw in our Fox side-by-side coverage this race.
But if you remember in last year's race, it didn't go well for the Toyotas. They took each other out after they pitted. And that caused Eric Jones to be, I think, out for like one race.
Yeah, Mike, I got information about 5 laps ago that they wanted to pick the pace up because honestly, the pace we were at, there were some drivers.
So Kyle Busch, he's more towards the middle. He is falling out of the top 10.
Now they picked it up a full second and a quarter from 5 laps ago. Everybody would have to stop. Toyota wanted to take control of this race.
And I like that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Toyota's worried about saving fuel. They are taking control.
I think you get around all the boards trying to build. So now, when you see, you can really tell when the pace is picked up to full speed because now we're back to 2 lanes. A lot harder to save gas. And if you want to keep up with the Toyotas, you're going to have to push the pedal down.
You listened in on Chase Briscoe's radio.
Yeah. The 6 Toyotas, you have Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Riley Herbst, and Tyler Reddick. It's your top 6 at the moment.
6 Toyotas in front of the field.
And that's what happens when you get into that really easy, lazy type saving situation. And then you have a group that.
And it seems like they've separated a little bit from the pack that's 2x2 with Logano leading on the bottom, and I think that's Ryan Preece on the top. Yes, it is. Yeah. But this dominance would never match what we saw in 2018 at Talladega with Stewart Haas. They literally separated from a second from the whole field. It's crazy how times go. We thought they were going to take over NASCAR, and now they don't exist anymore. Only Haas does with Cole Custer.
15 lead changes as we look at our 4 big race this year, but they won 11 of the last 20 here. Last four winner of Talladega. I know I picked Kyle Busch as your winner today. That was probably with my heart. Not thinking about 72% of laps led. These Fords, you're not going to keep a good man down. Eventually, one of them owners is going to be a big lane in these drafting tricks.
Got Daniel Suarez riding in the back right now. Really like his Wendy's paint scheme. Really wish Lionel could come out with die cast for that, but they did not.
The oldest driver in the field, but the former USAC midget sprint car and main car triple crown champion. Still giving it a go here at Talladega in one of those open cars. See, Kevin, I watch your podcast. Hack out with you know the Toyota's doing now.
Look at an airplane flying by Talladega. Yeah, there's an airport right behind Talladega Super Speedway.
27 laps to go in stage one. Chase Briscoe's today, and in his prior 8 starts at Talladega.
Yeah, Briscoe's still in the lead with 26 laps to go in stage one.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something? Nope. Helen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm gonna go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one. How am I gonna come? Sit down my lap like last time, Ronald. Fine. I'm bringing this. Alright.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think. There it is. See? Told you it's gonna all work out. Thanks, future me.
I'm going to go get me something to drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Choose one appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's famous 2 for $25. New sizzling skillets and steak.
Febreze, your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plus.
This Xfinity Wi-Fi is cool.
Kind of chilly in here. I'm going to fan down just a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a chilly day where I live.
Truth, we can take or leave the extravagance,
I bet it's really nice and warm at Talladega.
the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford.
So far, it seems like no one has passed the top 6 Toyotas. And you'd think the Toyotas would be at a disadvantage because they have the less cars out of the 3 manufacturers. But they're controlling the race. And it seems like Cole Custer's finally caught up to them right behind, but still they're separated.
Together with Coca-Cola, honors those who serve at home and abroad. Coming to complete 47 laps of the 16 in stage number 1. The Toyota, 6 of the 8 of them in the race have taken.
So we are on lap 38, 23 laps to go in stage 1.
Everybody else either double file or 3 wide and out the back, chasing them.
But I think most people are just saving fuel and they're not trying to pass their line because you'd be using a lot more fuel if you were trying to pass right now.
I'm watching one of these right now as far as their throttle. And Chase Briscoe, that's after leading right now, he's wide open probably 80% around this racetrack. Looking pretty much at Chase Elliott in a Chevrolet. He is keeping wide open across the line. But then I look at Ryan Priest in the 60. He's probably down about 60 to 70% of throttle. I'm getting the word that probably somewhere in the next 5, 6, 7 laps, that's when we'll start peeling off and making these green flag stops.
So pit stops could happen in 5 and 7 laps, according to Larry Mack.
With the strategy that we have here, but what we've seen all year is mistakes
So if we do the math, that'd be probably around between 45 and 47 that they'll be pitting for fuel. You definitely don't want to scuff the tires because Talladega, you don't usually need tires.
Celsius can. As they sweep through the Triangle, only just 2 races left in the Indy 500, the IndyCar Series. It's Barber Motorsports Park for the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. The fastest racing on Earth continues live next Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. Well, I don't know if I can handle it. You can stay here, huh? Stay here and hang out for a little bit, right down the road.
Your liver would hate you, Clint.
You'd be making nervous.
Logano and Chase Elliott working together. I did not have that in my bingo card this year. They are on the top line trying to make some moves to get past the Toyotas.
He's kind of like the field goal kicker on a football team, as in, we won or you missed. It all comes down to the fuel on these time stops.
Yeah, it seems like most of the cars are just saving fuel. So we will see green flag pit stops, unless people have problems trying to get on pit road. Yeah, it is. You just got to stay in the draft, make sure you don't lose the pack, and pit the same time as your teammates. Now remember, there are stages, so you're going to see some of the drivers probably get aggressive whenever we get to a few laps to go in stage 1. And oh, it looks like Toyotas are pitting early. And other cars are pitting early as well. On lap 41. That was surprising. I thought they were going to stay out later. But you want to be the first ones to pit if you want to be faster than the other group. And see, these two groups racing side by side, that's going to slow them down. That's just going to help the Toyotas. Chase Briscoe stalled in his pit stall. He doesn't lose a lot of time, but he is now behind the entire pack. It looks like Bell's going to be the first one off pit road, and the 2x2 lines stay out, with Cole Custer leading. Yeah, I think Christopher Bell got out first of the Toyota group, and the ones that just pitted. Yeah, let's see. Is anyone going to pit now? And look at that. The Toyotas are actually kind of separated. That whole line's not all together. That may ruin their momentum.
You want to kind of fan out a little bit to give that fourth place car that's behind a chance to catch up.
So the group that stopped were 6 of the Toyotas and half.
Oh, here we go. Here's a pit. Oh, we got contact. Keselowski and Kyle Busch around. Damage to Keselowski. And Blaney's involved. Looks like the toe link is broken on there. My pick. That's so disappointing. And the caution is out. See, I told you there's going to be people wrecking on pit road today, and we got it. I think Keselowski's got the most damage. Looks like Kyle Busch just got caught in the spin. But Blaney's going to need help out of the grass there.
You look at Kyle Busch there involved in the wreck, and you look at these Fords. The Fords have had a lot of trouble finishing these races off and taking advantage of those fast cars.
Wow.
But this was just a mistake.
Two of the favorites potentially out of this race. I think Ryan Blaney just needs help to his pit stall.
That means he's requesting assistance from the wrecker and the push trucks to get that car either pit road or the garage for repairs. he can return to the race. If the driver climbs out, he's done for the day.
Yeah, it seems like Kyle Busch has got the least amount of damage, but wow.
Let's see this unfold as they come off turn number
See what happens here.
and head for pit road. See how much faster Keselowski and Busch are catching those three.
Oh, Bowman got caught up in that a little bit as well. Big impact to Blaney. He kept it out of the outside wall, though.
Pretty much ripping the whole front end of his car off. Busch doesn't have
It is Talladega, a really long track, so maybe he had some time to get that fixed. But that's just going to make his race more difficult. Yeah, Bowman barely escaped that.
Yeah, and it looks like Kyle Busch was actually out of shape trying to slow down, had to get up the brakes too hard.
Yeah, they slowed down right in front of Keselowski, and he had nowhere to go. Wow.
Showing more than 7 million adults, like Michael.
Still confident in my pick, though. He just got to get that toe link fixed. Hopefully there's not a lot of damage.
I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some.
Yeah, it is smart for the Toyotas that they did it early. They avoided all that mess.
Stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk.
And now the others that have to pit,
Don't share needles or pens. Only use needles.
Toyotas are going to be ahead.
Family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking it. Medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking of the sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
All right, so let's see. So there was at least 3 to 4 cars involved in that latest accident.
This is Podium Series, a collaboration between Armorall and Oracle Red Bull Racing. Precision-engineered product, the best in every car.
The Armorall Podium Series, engineered for exceptional results.
Check it out! Pizza Hut's rippable, dippable, cheesy bites pizza and ranch lovers flight with 3 flavors is a game changer. With 28 cheesy filled bites, everyone's gonna be dunking it. The cheesy bites pizza and new ranch lovers flight. Get another Pizza Hut app.
Let's see.
The Barn Bar, the county's best hangout.
Wonder how things are going to cycle on pit road coming up for the ones that have not pitted yet.
Let's go.
Let's see, what is he saying? Grammarly. Okay. Incredible of all things having Kyle when he has a super fast car. He's got to be going nuts right now. Well, it doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage, so I think he'll be okay. I think Keselowski's day is done. Blaney's trying to get it back on pit road, but I don't think he can salvage a win here.
Not at all. The way that left front fender caught that right rear tire of Brian Blaney's, it just ripped off the suspension right up.
Brad Keselowski.
I don't know. It seems like the toe links and like the suspension breaks easy on these cars. They barely get hit.
So Cole Custer is at the head of the line, bringing the Fords to pit road. Watch back at the 21 and the 8.
Yeah, Busch and Keselowski just got into each other.
And the 6 get together.
And that caused an accident. Blaney was trying to avoid it, but he just ran out of room, ran out of road.
He was going to get.
I got caught up by
At
Keselowski.
the last second, took a dive the other direction, down into that right rear tire. I don't think they were ready for.
He might have avoided them if he would have just went to the outside.
They did as early as they did, and it just stopped them up. That's a product of green flag stops. It's a dangerous situation. It can get you in trouble and take yourself out of the race. But some good cars, Brad out of the car.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking for Keselowski because he was favorite to win here, and he's out.
Brad's car has been hauled to the garage area. The cleanup continues here along pit road. The drone over the ball field there. 4 cars involved. Minor damage to Bowman. Now Kyle Busch returns to the race. Blaney and Keselowski's cars. Well, one in the garage and one on the way there.
Yeah, it looks like Blaney's going to be taken to the garage.
In hopes they can make repairs and get him back out there.
Well, in these new rules this year, I'm a big fan of. It gives these teams another chance. You know there's going to be another wreck by getting some big-time points. Get back out there.
Yeah, that sucks. The top 2 favorites are already out. Top 3 if you consider Kyle Busch one.
I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trelegy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace
All right.
for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you